Okay, part 10 of my thoughts on Star Wars. And it's coming off the part 9, which was primarily about the original Thrawn trilogy. And I don't think I realized that I had a lot to say about it, because I still have more in this part 10. And if you're coming here from part 9 because you wanted to avoid the spoilers that I will be providing, and you want to have a chance to read the books before you listen to what I have to say about it, this video is probably going to mostly be more spoilers, but I'll try and give you a little bit of something for your trouble, where I left off about one of the characters, Mara Jade, who I think is a good character that filled her role well and should have been used by Disney when they were planning the sequels. Well, I think Disney should have planned the sequels, and that Mara should have been part of it. So, if you're not looking for spoilers, if you're interested in... Oh, I'm going to miss an opportunity here. Damn it. There's a person going really slow in the left lane. Oh, good. At least he got out of the way. Anyway, I'm about to head back into spoilers. To talk a little bit more about what happened in the original Thrawn trilogy of books, just to be clear, because I don't think they were ever turned into movies, unfortunately. So, moving past Mara, the books were interesting, felt like Star Wars. There was a logical progression of things that ended up happening, and of course Thrawn, the title character, is an Imperial leader that is trying to do something with what's left of the Imperial fleet, and more. And it's a good story, but there are, let's see, off the top of my head I'm at 2, so I'm going to say 2 things that they need to have. No, that's not right. That I think that they should have done differently. One thing that this set of books did was to essentially set in stone some answers about how cloning works in the Star Wars universe. And sure, that's a reasonable thing to do, but I think the important factor was whether or not a connection to the Force is something that appears genetically, so would appear in every clone, or if it's something more ephemeral than that, something we can't quite break the code of with experimentation. And there's a character in the book that is... Oh, yeah, this is definitely a spoiler. That is a clone of a Jedi Master that disappeared a long time ago. Outbound Flight, is that what the... there's actually a a story that was written for that too, but I guess Jedi were going on a mission that was further away than people have traveled, so I guess probably to another galaxy. Whatever, it doesn't matter too much. Sorry, there was just a person sitting in the left lane for no reason. I just had to pass them on the right like the two previous people did. I hate when people do that. Why? Why just sit in the left lane, in the way? Why are you so inconsiderate? Okay, back to Star Wars. So, pronunciation of this name is in question. Don't take my word for it. I haven't heard it from any credible source. It's just how I read it. And actually, even then, I wasn't sure, so I pronounced it differently each time I read the name. There's this Jedi Master who died, but had a clone made of him, and his name is Joruus, either Sabaoth or Cabaoth, or well, those are the two that fit in my head. I'm just gonna say Joruus because that's easier. This clone is like other clones in that if the sample is degraded, or even just over time, the clone can degrade. So, like, mentally, this clone is not all there, and it thinks it's being Joruus, the Jedi Master, a benevolent being, except it took over a town and rules it with an iron fist. So there's this crazy Jedi, Force user, that Thrawn finds, and okay, let me back up a step. That first complaint that I was talking about was the decision on clones to have the same force sensitivity that their source has or had. So having the clone be able to have that same force sensitivity means that medically, scientifically, there would be a way to pinpoint what gives a person that that connection, and then to create it yourself, to perhaps even modify people to give them force sensitivity. It does something to the force that I don't think should be done, and like that's only a problem if you think too hard about it, like I do. Let's see, this isn't gonna. All right. Anyway, so I'm not super comfortable with that decision for cloning because it addresses an aspect of the Force that demystifies it. The second thing, which I started to lead up to already without having clarified my first point, is that Thrawn found Joruus, understands that he's not all there, and needs a way to protect himself from the force abilities of this master, because he is genuinely dangerous, powerful, And Thrawn wants to use Joruus in a particular way that he hypothesizes the Emperor did for the Empire before he was gone. And so what they come up with is the Ysalamiri. And I'm close to the end of my drive. Wow, I talk a lot. I'm sorry. But if you're still with me, I guess what I'm saying must have at least some interest. So, this is part 10, ending part 10, right? And next part will be part 11, and it's probably still going to be spoilerific. Alright, well, maybe I'm going to adjust some names of videos in the playlist to tell people if they contain spoilers so that people can more easily... Anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for listening.